Okay, so this is just a video analyzing every single lyric in How We Live Lament. I feel like this song probably relates more to Limbus Company due to the production and time frame, and the fact that it's meant to be the entire theme. So I felt like just doing like a line by line analysis of this. This is originally going to be like a more complex video, but they're not really pointed at is there since it's just this reading all the lines. Like I walk down path. I'm pretty sure Virgilius described Dante's like journey or so to be a path towards Inferno. And of course Virgilius's idea of a flow could also be described as a path. Okay, and of course I'm pretty sure the start of Dante's Inferno, like the book actually also begins with a line about talking how they're walking down the path to the dark forest and were ambushed by the animals. Leading to the past. This could both represent Gregor as in the first canto, since going down to the Bond Meat Corporation branch, both recounting the past experiences of Yuri there, and also the past experience of the players in such branches, and of course, I say of course way too much, and because there is a ton of flashbacks in every single canto, like there are a lot of them, stole from the tree's hand. And I'm pretty sure this is just a golden bow, but to choose that, they're referred to as stolen from the tree's hands. Again, does the tree have hands? The Grave of Cherry Blossoms does. Greta's friend. Since the whole point is every single member of the cast is in fact a sinner. So do they regret the sins? Do they repent the sins? Honestly, something I find interesting is that after every canto, the sinners don't really. A lot of times, even with especially with bad ending ones, they don't even find then consolidation, or even repent for those sins. Again, all they get to do is to just face their sin and save their ego. Hence the tagline of the game. The forbidden fruit is definitely just a golden apple. But again, forbidden fruit of knowledge. So we might gain control of some knowledge forbidden by the head or something like that. I feel like that makes sense. Bite off the skin, chew on the tender foot. This part I feel like is more questionable. But again, it's the apple, obviously. And the pus, since the apple is actually filled with maggots. Honestly, a lot of the abnormalities in Gregor's canto actually relate to both him and Dante. Of course, the apple theme was like the Ebony Queen's apple. Ebony Queen's stem or Ebony Queen's apple, whatever that one was, the aberration of Snow White being, an apple, and about the roots that contain oneself. Doomsday Clock, about how Gregor expected his own doom, and how the soldier was sacrificed in the war. And since Dante is also, literally a Doomsday Clock, and of course, the Doomsday Clock sacrifices its own followers. So Dante might, need to sacrifice his theirs for something, since, he literally commands him into battle. I guess that's the whole point. He became to be who despised. Maybe Habe Ishmael, but there's probably more than just that. Right? Don Quixote and Don Quixote. It's probably not just that. We swallowed the time, let's rewind. Of course, the first contract. Of course, the T. Corbett stated that the sinner's times are linked to Dante, so the contract made with Dante might, be connecting with the time, and rewind obviously referring to Dante's ability. Honestly, someone pointed out that these are actually, like I said, lyrics. Like if you wanted me to, I'm pretty sure there is like a if then, if why, if you wanted me to speak, why do you make my voice stutter? Maybe Heathcliff, maybe Song. I think that they want me to think when the truth never matter. I don't really know who this relates to that much. Which character deals more with truth? Right, Honlu's canto. If you wanted me to think why the truth never matter, it's definitely about Honlu. If you wanted me to carry on our dreams, then why do you pursue your natural born genius? I feel like this is both individually good for Yusong, Don Quixote, and possibly Faust, depending on her canto. Since wanted me to carry on our dreams. That's the whole point of Don Quixote. He wanted to carry on the dreams. she wanted to carry on dreams, and the whole boy is cursed, since being blood fiend is specifically referred to as a curse. And your natural born genius is a line for Yusang, where Yusang, since Yusang also carries on the dream of the league. Yeah, each loop we live through, each loop we live through, the whole point, Dante, he revives the sinners, they die again. It's a loop, isn't it? Yeah, the standards of time B is a line that drew formally lowers to the earth. Huh. And yeah, I guess that's the whole point of the city. Like, everyone's cruel, everyone's full of hatred, so why shouldn't you be like that too? Since after all, the head only allows humans in the city, so all these hateful things, they're human, just like you. Yeah, Lament. And this Inferno, it's specifically mentioned by Virgilius, is that they were heading towards this Inferno, and of course, Cloud Clock we rose, Cloud Clock we reload. And it's definitely a reference to Dante's abilities, and still he rewind the clock, which means it has to go counterclockwise. Yeah, TikTok replayed thoughts. I feel like this is more specifically towards Heathcliff, since during his flashbacks we specifically hear Dante's clock, which is what wakes him up, and replayed thoughts obviously because of the flashbacks caused by the Golden Bow residents. It's, forget me though, I'm inside the emphatic light. I felt this is more of a Catherine to Heathcliff thing, since, Catherine was inside of the Golden Bow, inside of the manor, inside of the storm the whole time. But the idea of forget me not, since, the Golden Bow residence causes a lot of flashbacks. So to just remember everything until you live through it all again. I don't really get this one. About if your skin exposes the angels on ribs, they stare at us. Hello, how may I help you today? Please a one-way ticket to heaven. I don't get this one. Exposing the angels on their ribs. Yeah, it's specifically bite off your skin, but the angels on our ribs. I really don't get this one, but it might make sense with the release of later cantos. Buckled up on velvet seats. I'm pretty sure the seats in the Limbus Company bus are actually just wooden. Yeah, sceneries are passing by, not so different from our hell, not so different from our home. Since, our hell is our home, that's the whole point of the city. It's human, per se. It's where people live. It's their home, but it's also their hell. Their very torment, the sinners, they are all sinners, in fact, if you think about it. Yeah, did I realize someone's heaven could be the source of my torment? I feel like a reference to Cromer Sinclair, since Cromer describes it as more of a divine idea. That this is the heaven where everyone is truly human, but it's the torment caused, isn't it? And life is allowing yourself to step on fire, to consume, to become food for each other, shed tears of bloody routes, no matter good or evil. Life is fearless, life is inequality, internally health, emotion by default. We live by default. I feel like the line we live by default, since, a terrible, corrupted world, we live in it, just like everyone else. I feel like that's more of the core message of the song, since, it's very, in how we live. And what do we do about it? We lament it. Yes. Yeah, entirely self-destructive, and willing to destroy and consume each other. Yeah, the whole point of, the capitalistic critique presented by Project Moon. No, for that, because wanted me to live. If you wanted me to live, wanted you to descend my torture. I feel like probably Hanlu and Yisong said, and Stone specifically said that Yisong wanted to be stabbed through by the Golden Bow and to have his life ended, and Hanlu obviously saw no purpose in living on, and even chose to try to die into the Time Ripper. Yeah, if you want me to forgive, why can't anyone feel my hurt? I feel like Don Quixote, and probably Hanlu too, in this one. This whole point of Don Quixote's idea of abandoning her nature as a blood fiend. It's something that's bloodthirsty, hateful, and all that. But after all of that, the blood fiends of the Marchland inevitably went insane due to the thirst. Yeah, it's Don Quixote and Sancho both couldn't feel such hurt, since the whole point was that they needed emotions in blood, not blood itself. Considering the fact they were able to live 200 years, the human bars probably weren't even needed in the first place. They could probably just go without anything. But they just needed the emotions. which Don Quixote and Sancho were able to find themselves. And of course, he wanted me to forgive. Why can't anyone feel my hurt? I felt this showed more Hongdu, especially considering his bad end ID, where he chose to take revenge and destroy the leaders of Hong Yuan. And of course, why can't anyone feel my hurt? The Senran and all the other family members. And again, truth be told, all the other family hierarchy contestants and such definitely were in quite a similar amount of pain, all being forced to work towards something like that. So does Hongdu even have it the worst there? Like, at least he does need to die that many times, but again, joining the Limbus Company, he does. And if you want us to pretend we're civilized humans, and why do you crown the most violent to be champions? Yeah, it's probably Don Quixote again. You don't want to be a human and a fixer, but the most violent ended up taking over the Manchaland. And why do you crown the most violent to be champions? I thought this probably works for quite a few more. I'd probably Ryoshu's Kanto when it comes up after that. Yeah, the justice side be ego can be rationalized by sin. Yeah, justice and ego. Truth be told, considering the Tree of Light and such, I feel like that's the whole purpose. To give everyone an ego and expectation for a better world, and the justice to do it. And of course, ego as in the power, as in the actual ego abilities, to have the power to manifest that better world and rationalize my sin. The whole point, is it, they believe that's truly not really a sin, is it? They see, everyone else is killing, so I believe I should do too. Everyone else is suffering, so why does it matter if I cause more? I feel like that's the whole point of rationalizing my sin. Yeah, Inferno we built for ourselves. Since the whole point, they're sinners, their sins, their very punishment, their suffering is entirely because of their own sin. Of course, some are more or less at fault depending on it. But either way, they're still sinners, after all. And wars revive each other. I'll say specifically each other instead of just revive. If you can tell, obviously Dante's ability to revive. Also, the more spiritual idea of being revived, to have your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts brought back. And hopefully, the sinners do eventually learn to help each other up, to revive each other from this distortion or something like that. I guess that's what it means. If you think I missed something, I definitely did miss something, then you can tell me later in the comments, obviously.